In this video, part 15, we will look at my favorite song from Sweeney Todd, Kiss Me and Ladies in Their Sensitivities. At this point, we are about a third into the show and we have enough musical material prior to this moment to recall many different music motifs and melodies as almost reprises. It is a shame they cut it from the movie. I'm not a fan of the original cast's version of the song, because the Johanna in the production comes off as very annoying and screechy. Oh my god, look how crazy she is. These two songs is the quintessential Sondheim puzzle song. Different pieces of the puzzle coming together to fit into one another. I'm going to be talking about the medieval hymn of death, the Dies Irae, so familiarize yourself with it before watching the series. For part 1, for instance, the accompaniment vamp in this middle, played by the horn, harp, and the strings, is a permutation of the Dies Irae. The first 3 notes of the Dies Irae is a small back and forth motion. We have that in here 3 times. Then it ends with the 4 notes of the Dies Irae in its original form. Looking at the structure of this montage, we have the whole Kiss Me song, then we have the Ladies in Their Sensitivities song, which in itself is an ABA form, which we will call BCB for consistency's sake. Then we go back to Kiss Me part 2. Overall, the structure is this: ABCBA. It's sort of a sandwich and a palindrome. It is an arc. Similarly, looking at the first phrase of the song, we see the same thing. The first thing we have are the first 4 notes of the Dies Irae. The last note goes up instead of down, and we'll forget about the A because it is a passing note. The phrase also ends in the Dies Irae, not coincidentally as Johanna sings, "I'd rather die." In the middle we have 2 of these, and this in the middle.
He means to marry me Monday, what shall I do? I'd rather die.
Anyways, they sing for a bit, and then, my favorite part of the song. Anthony sings his Johanna Melody from earlier in the show. Sondheim also adds more motion with the chord progression. Instead of 2 chords, he adds in a few more. And oh my god, listen to how beautiful these chords are. Then on top of that, Johanna is singing this beautiful melismatic line, which also has Dies Irae all over it. I love it immensely. Anyways, after that, Anthony sings his odd miss melody and counterpoint with the Kiss Me melody. So that song goes into the next song, sung by the Beatle. It is sung in a very odd 5/8 meter. 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4. The harp is playing in these wide spaces of stacked fifths, similar to what we see in the Judge Johanna. The Beatle is a character that is always trying to present himself as smarter and more stately than he actually is. He sings in these major triads. Also, the Beatle is convincing the judge to look pretty for Johanna. And in the next scene, when Sweeney Todd is making the judge look pretty for Johanna, they are humming, whistling, singing this melody. Wait a second, can you help Dora find a hidden Dies Irae? Yay, you found it! There it is! Anyways, the Beatle sings in this mixed time meter, seemingly as if he was singing at his own time and blatantly not following the music. As a result, he purposefully gets off from the accompaniment.
Forgive me if I suggest, my lord, you're looking less than your best, my lord. There's powder upon your vest, my lord.
Then in the next section of the song, he starts using words incorrectly that also sound incorrect. They resents it, or given their genteel proclivities. So having these smug lyrics, while not really staying within the time meter, is what Sondheim says is part of the Beatles' character, trying to sound smarter than he actually is. The next melody is an extension of the previous. We have the good old Dies Irae, then we have the stately triad. But it sounds all dissonant and clashing like.
Ladies in the sensitivities, my lord.
And he sings it with the 3 derpiest instruments, oboe, clarinet, and bassoon. He sings that a bit till he goes into the 5/8 section with the triads. It sounds lovely. Then we get back into Kiss Me Part 2, where the real fun begins. We have the whole quartet singing beautifully, they sing for a bit. Then following that, we have the Beatles singing Ladies and Their Sensitivities, and counterpoint with the Kiss Me melody. Like a puzzle, when Sondheim was writing this and sketching it out, he had to make sure these two melodies could go together. Not only that, but making sure they sounded good together while retaining the integrity of his musical ideas, with the Dies Iraes and all of that. Not only that, but in previously sketched out materials, Sondheim planned on including the 5/8 triadic melody and counterpoint as well. It would have sounded like this. And altogether, like this. But he scrapped the idea for unknown reasons. So he had to make sure all three of these melodies fit with each other, but at the same time sound distinct. Additionally, he had to make sure the Kiss Me melody was able to fit in with Anthony's Johanna Melody, as well as the Ah Miss melody. So this Kiss Me song was written to encompass these four melodies. Not only did Sondheim put that puzzle together, he made it sound terrifically gorgeous as well. Sondheim is a puzzle man. He himself has contributed several crossword puzzles to New York Magazine. He even wrote a straight play in 1996 that went to Broadway called Getting Away with Murder, obviously a murder mystery. And in 1973, along with Anthony Perkins, Sondheim wrote a murder mystery film, The Last of Sheila. It is impressive how diligently and with foresight Sondheim has to work in order to make everything come together at the end. Anyways, thanks for watching. I just wanted to let you know that I'll be on a hiatus for maybe several months. The video series will continue though. I'll be away from my recording studio while I travel and work. However, I'll be spending my time score studying future topics and also writing scripts. Some ideas that I have that I might potentially do for future series are shows such as Into the Woods, Light in the Piazza, Parade, and Company. And perhaps I'll do a series just on obscure musicals that I like. Tell me your thoughts in the comments. Until then, see you in several months.